Hello, everybody. Sorry for my tardiness.
We have to run.
There we go. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. I am 3 minutes late. I apologize. I had a little technical difficulties there. I swear this thing always makes me look so red. I've been beat up or something. I don't know why. Hey, Cora. How you doing? Hope everybody's doing good. I'm doing great. Thank you for asking, Cora. You're first tonight. You haven't been first in a while. You took the lead back. I love your little picture next to your name, the little doggy. Little doggy. That's cool. We'll give everybody a chance to get in. Give them a little bit to get in on the fun. It's a cat, but yes, been busy by the past month. Finally got back on track. That is so not a cat. Is that a cat for real? I wish I could blow it up. That is a cat? I mean, I guess Cora would know it's hers, but it looks like a applehead poodle or applehead chihuahua to me. It's so small I can barely see it. But yeah, it's a cat. It is a cat. Hello, beautiful Beth. How are you feeling? How are you feeling, Beth? I thought whatever that is right there was on my shirt. I kept trying to wipe it off. It was on the screen. Better, thank you. Awesome. I'm so glad. Beth had a rough time, y'all. I don't know what this is in the background. It just keeps, like a bug or something, keeps flapping its wings or something. I don't know. It's like keeps flapping around. Hey, John. Remember, guys, if you are on right now and you haven't already done so, please hit that like button. Hit the sub button. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Also, let me know you're here by saying hello. It's a ghost. That's right. It's a ghost. It's a ghost. It's a ghost. We've got those shirts out now, too, by the way. So if you guys haven't already done so, go to our site. John, if you'll throw up the link to the uh, merch site so people can see those shirts. We've got the It's a Ghost shirts out. We've got the CAPI shirts and long sleeve shirts, short sleeve shirts. We've got hoodies. We got sweatshirts. We got hats. It's all kinds of stuff. Y'all go check it out. John's going to throw up the link to it in just a moment. I'm about to order some myself. I've got to order some for the teams. A few people on the team, and I've also got to order some for myself too. So I got to get on that. I've been busy. I have worked so much this past week. Last weekend I wasn't feeling well. That's why we didn't have a show last weekend, because I felt really, really bad. I felt worse than I look right now, and that's pretty bad. Can y'all still see that? I'm like red everywhere. I think this is why people on TV put on makeup. My eyes look like they're black and puffed, like I got hit in both eyes. My cheeks are all red. I don't know. My head's got these little red splotches. I don't know. I look really rough. I really do. But I felt last weekend worse than I look right now. Are you having fun? But this week I've been doing nothing but work. I worked long, long days every single day. It's been a rough, rough week. Um, but I get a 3-day weekend because I took tomorrow off. I took Monday off because tomorrow is a special day for us. It's a very special day. It is mine and Paramama's 12th wedding anniversary. 12th wedding anniversary. Hey, emo girl. John has popped up the link to the merch site. See if y'all hit that, go on there and get you some merch. It's got a lot of nice stuff on there. Like I said, we have short sleeve shirts, long sleeve shirts, caps, sweatshirts, hoodies, all kinds of stuff. Y'all go check that out. Like I said, this coming week, I've got to order some stuff for the team and for myself and for Knucklehead here. So, got to get some. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but she can pop her hands over and over again. She's crazy. But yeah, tomorrow is my 12th wedding anniversary. Mine and Paramama's 12th wedding anniversary. Yes, and there's more to come on the merch too. They're still working on it. John is still working on merch along with our supplier. They're coming up with new and better ideas every single day. So y'all keep your eyes out for that. My wrist does that. Emo girl says she can do it with her wrist back and forth a bunch of times. Oh, thank you, emo girl. There's Paramama now. Wave Paramama. I told him tomorrow is our 12th wedding anniversary. And she has a big day planned for us. We're getting massages, food, and I don't know what all. Just all kinds of stuff. Maybe a movie. Never know what we're going to do. We're going to do all kinds of stuff. I have fun. It's our 12th wedding anniversary, y'all. We've made it 12 years. What the crap? 12 long, hard, miserable, scary years. I'm just kidding. It's been 12 awesome years. 12 very awesome years. Are y'all going to Chub Fathers? I don't think we're going to Chub Fathers tomorrow. We're going to go there next Saturday with everybody else. I don't think we're going tomorrow. I don't think we're leaving the river region tomorrow. I think everything that she has planned is right here in the river region between Montgomery and Prattville and all that. I know I have an early day. I've got to go. Excuse me. I've got to go. Would you give me a glass of tea, please? My throat is getting really weird. I've got an early day. I have to be in the office at 9:30 in the morning. I'm off, but I still have to go in and do some business. And then I got a promotion not long ago, so now I have to handle something. Dum, dum, dum. But I got to go in early, but I'm only going to be there for a few minutes, just long enough to do paperwork and get paid, and then I'll be leaving. And then for the rest of the day, she's got stuff planned out. So we'll try to be there for the meet and greet. Oh, please do, emo girl. You and Preston have got to be there. Y'all have no choice. You have to be there. Definitely come to the meet and greet. Let's talk about that. I know we usually start out with prayer, but say now we brought it up. Let's check that out. Let's put that out there really quick. Look, John, as soon as I said it, it's there. I swear, y'all, this man is radar on cue. Congrats on the anniversary and promotion. Thank you, Cora. Thank you. He's not feeling that great right now, but we are trying. Okay, yeah, if he's not feeling good, yeah, of course. Hopefully he's feeling better. We'll add him to our prayer list. We'll re-emphasize. He's already added to the prayer list, but we'll re-emphasize that. But yeah, the CAPI meet and greet will be March 11th at Chub Fathers at 1207 First Street North, Alabaster, Alabama, which is Highway 31. It's the main strip that goes right through Alabaster. You pass the hospital and all that stuff on that same road. Thank good Lord. Thank you so much. You definitely got me a picture of tea, didn't you? Thank you, baby. But yeah, you guys, if you've never been to Chubb Fathers, it is amazing. The food there is just crazy good. It's weird how good the food is. It really is. So you guys don't just go for the meet and greet. Go anytime you get a chance. Anytime you're up north, um, around Alabaster or Pelham, um, just Google Chubb Fathers and it'll pop up the address. But if you're around Alabaster, you've already got the address. It's right there. We're going to be there at 6 o'clock Saturday evening. The whole team is going to be there. It's going to be a great time. We're going to have some people coming in that's never met us before. So we want everybody that can to be there so that we can do the meet and greet. We can get to know you guys, put faces with names and sometimes voices. So definitely come out to the meet and greet March 11th, which is this coming Saturday, a week from yesterday, um, at 1207 First Street North, Alabaster, Alabama. Definitely coming. Yes, definitely show Chubb Father some love. Thank you, John. Y'all definitely go check them out. They are amazing. They really are. And we're in works with a lot of the people that are there to do some new things. And so we want everybody that can to be at the meet and greet. So definitely get in there and meet us 6 p.m. this Saturday, 1207 First Street North, Alabaster, Alabama. You can't miss it. It's in a little, really small strip mall, and it has Chubb Fathers. It's a huge sign right in front of it, right on top of the building there. It says Chubb Fathers Hamburgers. So definitely come and check that out. We're going to have a blast. I am so looking forward. I've been looking forward to this since we set it up months ago. I've been there a couple times. The food is crazy good. Um, you know what? We might go do dinner there tomorrow night. Just because you said that, Jonathan. You done got me thinking now. We may, I don't know what else she has planned, but if there's a break around about eating time, whether it be lunch, I know it won't be lunch because he has reservations for lunch, but we may try to make a trip over because that's only about an hour from us. So yeah, we might try to get over there. Maybe have some dinner there. I don't know yet, but we might. If not, then I'll go sometime during the week. Because I go back to work Tuesday, so I'll go sometime during the week because I do miss it. And now that we're talking about it, it makes me want one of those amazing burgers or some wings. They got good wings too, really good wings. See, I'll go check them out. It's amazing. It really is. Chubb Fathers, 1207 First Street North, Alabaster, Alabama. We will be there next Saturday at 6 p.m., but don't wait for that. Go today. Don't go today because I don't think you'll be there. They won't be open when you get there. But go tomorrow. Just check them out. You might see me there tomorrow. You never know. Has the next camp been set up yet? No, it has not yet, Emo Girl. We have been having team member after team member just being sick. Ever since the last camp, we've had just sickness has hit us hard. Um, so we really hadn't had a chance to really, nail that down. But John and I will get together. Um, if not between now and Saturday, then definitely Saturday, and kind of we'll do a little sidebar there and kind of meet and see when we can get that set up for everybody. Because I am definitely jonesing for another camp. It's been too long. I'm almost certain. John said it was going to probably be around May. Um, and John's the man when it comes to CAPI Camp. That's his baby. He created it. He's always been in charge of it. He does an amazing job. And I always say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And there's not even a reason to think that's broke because he always does an amazing job with CAPI Camp. So managing everything and coordinating everybody and making sure everybody's doing their jobs, and it takes a lot to pull this off. It really does. A lot of people that come non-team members that come to CAPI camp, they look and they're just like, oh man, these guys, they're super simple. They just put this together overnight. But that's not true. It does. It takes a good bit of time and a good bit of money to put that together. So we will be having that probably around May. All right. I think that's all for the upcoming events. We kind of skipped over, kind of rearranged the order a little bit tonight, but that's okay. Let's talk about prayer request. Definitely want to put Preston on our prayer request. Emo girl's husband, she said he hasn't been feeling well. You guys know that he's been on our prayer list forever. He has a heart condition. He has some issues with his thumper, and so he's been in and out of the hospital. He's had a few surgeries, but he's been doing really good. He came to camp last time, which we didn't know if they were going to be able to because he was feeling so bad, but he did come to camp. He was very active at camp too. He didn't just lay around, and which he 100% could have done and everybody would have completely understood, but he was actually very active. So we were all very, very happy and blessed to know that he was doing so good to be able to participate in that. Hopefully he'll be able to participate in the meet and greet this Saturday and the next camp that's coming up in possibly May. So let's add Preston to the prayer list. We want to make sure that he is feeling good, especially let's just ask for a total 100% healing. I mean, that way we don't have to worry about it no more. I mean, just instead of praying for him to feel better, let's just pray for him for it to just go away, for there not to be an issue. I don't know about yours, but my God is perfectly capable of doing that. 100%. I promise you, he is. I'm living proof. So let's just pray for a complete healing. Let's just get rid of it. Let's just make him a normal young man. No problems. Let's do it. Keep Beth and Tom in your prayers, please. Beth has had some issues with her COPD, just like I have. Hers is probably 1,000% worse than mine. Unfortunately, I wished it wasn't. I told her not long ago that I'd give anything in the world to take it from her, and she said I wouldn't put this on you for nothing. And I said I would take it in a heartbeat, and I would too. Beth is such an amazing person. She is. I don't think I've ever met anybody that has more concern and heart and love for her fellow man than Beth. I mean, y'all, she is. Everybody on the team that's on the team now were God sent. I mean, I don't know what I would do without any of them. I really don't. And I don't want anybody going nowhere, especially because they're sick. So, and her commitment and passion for what we do is just unparalleled in a lot of ways. Let me tell you like this: to be on this team, to be on the CAPI team, um, you have to participate. You have to do stuff. You have to be there. You have to be present. You have to be active. The rule that was written 100 years ago is you have to do at least 8 hours a month. And we kind of mesh that out to at least 1 or 2 investigations a month, unless there's some sort of medical issue or family issue or personal, stuff like that. We never tell a team member they can't be on the team if they take leave, for medical or personal issues involving their families, because the CAPI family always comes first. Family, career, and religion always comes before CAPI. But having said all that, there is one position on the team that never has to go on an investigation, never has to step foot in an investigation ever. It's not my position. I have to go on investigations just like everybody else. The one position on this team that you never have to go onto an actual investigation is case manager. Reason being is because case manager's main job, Beth will tell you she wears 1,000 hats. Just because she has one title doesn't mean she doesn't do 1,000 things, because she does. She does too much sometimes. Her and Stephanie both, and John too. But We were just talking about that the other day. We were saying, let Stephanie do this. And they're like, no, I'm not. So like, we put so much on Stephanie. And then she kind of reiterated that with a middle finger or something. I don't remember what it was, but, but, uh, I don't know what we would do without any of them. But the reason is the case manager doesn't have to go on any investigations is because the case manager is your liaison between you, the team, and the client. Um, Therefore, they deal with the client. They talk to the client. They relay messages from the team to the client. They relay messages from the client to the team. Um, that position has to be an extremely good people person. I remember I already told you there's nobody there. It's unparalleled her ability to talk to people and calm people and handle people. I mean, it's just unparalleled. That's why she's so damn good at what she does. Um, so that's the one position on a team that never, ever, ever has to go on an investigation. Um, I told Beth that back when she first started. I said, she says, well, I might not be able to make it to this next investigation after she took the job as case manager. She said, I might be able to not to make it to this next investigation because we got, I said, Beth, you don't have to come to any investigation. You're the case manager. You don't have to ever come to an investigation at all. You're not required to go on investigations if you don't want to. You're more than welcome to come on investigations anytime you want. And her job, or her, not her job, but her response to me was try to keep me from them. And that was her response. And that's been her, um, her, response since then too. She's always gone on investigations. She's missed investigations just like I have, and just like John has. Everybody on the team has missed investigations for one reason or another. Sometimes you just can't go. But if she if she's able to be there, I promise you she's gonna be there. If there's no family thing going on, or if she's not feeling ill, or Tom's not feeling ill, or whatever, she is gonna be there. I promise you. Um, and just like she said, try to keep me away. Beth really is the best. Oh my gosh. Amen. She is something else. All my team members are. John is great. Y'all know once y'all get me started on the team, I just can't shut up about it. But definitely keep Beth and Tom in your prayers. Please keep Stephanie and Joey and the girls in your prayers. They're doing really good. Still dealing with some personal stuff, and we want that to just all be healed and taken away. And it just we want them at peace with everything, and that's our goal. So definitely pray for them. That is an amazing family, guys. Y'all just don't know. That is a mom, dad, and two girls that are just so special, so amazing. So definitely keep them in your prayers. Keep John and his family, Michelle and Allie, in your prayers as well. They're still dealing with the living situation and different issues since the fire, so keep them in your prayers as well. Um, Keep me in your prayers. I got some tests coming up. Um, I have a really crappy doctor, so definitely keep me in your prayers about that. I need a new doctor, so that's my biggest thing is keep me in your prayers for a new doctor. Um, keep Paramom in your prayers. She's still dealing with a lot of pain since her wreck a year ago this past Christmas. It was a year ago this past Christmas Eve to the day, as a matter of fact, but she's still dealing with some pain and issues in her hands and feet and legs from that. Um, and she won't stop working 24/7. And y'all, I work a lot. I work a whole lot. I'm a workaholic. I've been called a workaholic since I was in my late teens. But Paramama works constantly. But I think that I know I'm forgetting somebody. Oh, I have two unspoken. Please put those in there too. Um, Keep John's mom in your prayers. John and Michelle's mom in your prayers. Um, Keep Paramama's mom in your prayers too. She's still dealing with a lot of medical issues. So definitely keep her in your prayers too. Her name is Patsy. Keep Patsy in your prayers as well. I wish you could come to Sylacauga to my doc. I wish you could come to Sylacauga to see your doc. You know what? That might not be a bad idea. You need to forward me his name and everything and see if I can or her. I won't be all male chauvinist by thinking it's just because it's a doctor, it's a male. But yeah, forward me the name and I might check into that. It would be worth going to Silicaga a couple times a month. It really would to get a good doctor. So I really need a good doctor. Mine sucks. I don't even get to see my doctor much. I really don't. I don't even get to see him. I know his name, but I'm not going to put it out on here just yet. But I don't even get to see him. I see a practitioner, so he doesn't even care enough to even. He diagnoses my everything that goes on with me from test and paperwork. He's never put his eyes on me physically, ever. So I need a new doctor. So I might look into that. I know that you've been very well pleased with everything that's been going on with your how they've been treating you and everything because you've told me that. So I might look into that. It would be Silicaga's only what 2.5 hours from me. I don't have a problem with going there. Not even 2.5 actually. But yeah, I would go there a couple times a month. Absolutely. If I could just get a decent freaking doctor. I think I got everybody. If I missed somebody, Beth, John, somebody put it up there for me. Emo girl, if I missed anybody, y'all please put it up there. If you have a prayer request for anybody that you want to put up there, they are awesome. Yeah, I might look into that, Beth, actually. But if you have a prayer request for someone or yourself, please put it up here and we'll put it to it. We do pray on our prayer requests. They do get written down, they do get recorded, and we do offer up prayers for them. It's not a one in, one ear out the other kind of thing. We really do pray for our prayer requests. And if you have a prayer request that you don't want to put over here in this long list of stuff, you don't want people seeing all that stuff, your business or somebody else's, um, then just email John. John, if you will pop your email up here, please. But just email John, and he will more than glad take it from you and put it on his list. I promise you, he will. He's very good about that. So he's about to pop his email up there just now. He did jbowen.capi@gmail.com. That's jbowen dot capi@gmail.com. So definitely, if you want to get a prayer request out there for us to pray on it, it does work, people. I promise you, it does. You get to look at my ugly mug once a week because of prayer. Because in 2001, I was told that I only had 6 months to live, a year tops with surgery. So even after they do everything they can to help me, I would still only have 6 more months. So obviously that didn't happen. That was 2001. That was 22 years ago. So I'm still here, sweetheart. All right. So I think that's it for the prayer request. If I am missing somebody, please put it up there. I hate whenever I have to give out lists and all that stuff because I always forget stuff and sometimes it hurts people's feelings. And I hope that doesn't happen here. I promise you, if I forgot you, it's not because I don't love you or didn't care about you or whatever. It's because I've got the worst memory in the world. I really do. I even have family members. If I haven't seen them in a long time, I don't have a clue who they are until they tell me. And then it's crazy. My memory is really horrible. That's one of the side effects of ACM is memory. Keep me in your prayers about that too. I've been having episodes of memory loss, complete memory loss. And when I say complete memory loss, I mean everything. Everything. It's kind of like the only thing I can describe it is after a baby is born and he opens his eyes for the first time in the OB delivery room. That's the kind of thing that I feel. I don't know what anything is, and those have been coming a little more regular. Um, Kind of got me scared a little bit, but I do have an appointment coming up with a neurosurgeon, so hopefully that'll get taken care of. And I do have a CT coming up as well. So y'all keep me in your prayers about my memory and all that stuff. But I am cancer free. Yay! I think I announced that a couple of weeks ago. So I appreciate that's a praise report. I appreciate everybody that prayed about that because I was really scared. I really was. I didn't let it show too much, and I just kind of acted like I was writing it off, and whatever it is, what it is. But yeah, it did scare me a little bit. It really did. So that is a definite praise report. No cancer. All righty. Excuse me. All right, so y'all know that we said week before last, because I wasn't here last week. Again, I apologize. I just wasn't feeling up to it. I tried my best to make it. I always try, and I always get like it's like 6 o'clock comes around, and I'm like, I can do it. 6:30 comes around, I can do it. 7 comes around, I know I can do it. I just don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it. 7:30 comes around, I can do it. 8 o'clock comes around, and the team is fussed at me. This is like, look, you need to give us more of a warning because someone else can do the show. And I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. I will definitely do that. But every time that I don't make it, it's always up to that last minute that I'm like, I can do this, and then it just hits, and then I'm like, yeah, I can't do this, because y'all. If you don't already know, it kills me not to do a show. It really does. I hate not doing the show. I hate it so much not doing the show. I really do. When I don't get to do a show, I feel like I'm letting people down. And so if I call out and if I send out text, I usually send out text to the team says, "Hey, no Cappy live tonight. I just can't do it." And then John or Beth or somebody will put on the Facebook, "Hey, no Cappy live tonight," or if I can, I will. And it just to me, it just feels like I'm letting a lot of people down when I do that. So please know if I don't make it to a show, it's not because I don't want to be there. I promise you, because I hate not doing the show. It irks me. Um, the It wouldn't be so bad if I had someone else to do the show for me whenever I couldn't be there. But and I've got several people on the team, or at least 2 people on the team that have both said, "Hey, I'll do the show. I don't have a problem. You just got to give us some time. Got to give us a heads up, a little more of a heads up." And it's true, I really do. So it's my fault. It's not theirs. But That's what I'm gonna start doing is if I start feeling around 5 or 6 that I can't do the show at 9, then I start feeling that breath kind of being taken away. Or Beth can contest. It starts out by it feels like someone puts y'all seen those belts that people wear around their waist whenever they're lifting weights. I think it's called a lifter's belt, weightlifting belt. But I've heard them called lifters belts or lifter straps. But It feels like one of those is put on my chest and then slowly tightened, slowly, very slowly tightened, and it just keeps getting tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. And the first thing that pops in my head is, "Oh my God, I'm having a heart attack." It already used to be. It's not now. I know what it is now, but yeah, that's what it feels like. So now, as soon as that starts happening, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell the team, "Hey, I can't do it. So if anybody else wants to jump in, you are more than welcome." Because I'd rather have someone do the show if I can't do the show instead of it just not being there. Your health is way more important, Johnny. I know it is, emo girl, and that's what I'm saying. There's sometimes I need to recognize when I can't do it, but I need to do it earlier so that the team will have a chance to compensate and someone put somebody in there. I've done it twice before. You've done what? Oh, the show. Yeah, 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 yeah. John's done the show. An amazing job. John's done the show. Really, I've looked back at numbers when John's done the show, and the numbers were big. So people love John. Everybody loves John. I promise you're not letting anyone down. We love you. Oh, you're so sweet, emo girl. I love you too. I love everybody. I love the team. I love all the CAPI family. We don't call them fans. We call them family. I love everything about it. CAPI, all the people, everything. I mean, it's my life. It's what I do. So yeah, I love you guys too. Thank you so much. But I'm going to work on doing better with that. I promise you. Beth has even fussed at me about that. Like, you got to give us more of a come heads up, Johnny. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. She's the boss, and she'll get on me, and she has. And so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna give more of a heads up. I'm gonna usually if I start feeling bad around 6 or 7, then I'm gonna say, okay, yeah, just in case, um, because it would be better for me to get 9 o'clock to come around and me feel okay. I'm like, damn, I could have done the show. To me, that would be better. Me having to watch someone else do the show and feel okay than me nobody do the show at all because I didn't know if I was going to feel bad. You see what I'm saying? So either way, from now on, if I'm feeling bad around 6 or 7, 7:30, somewhere around there, I'm gonna tell the team, hey, I can't do it tonight. Does somebody want to jump in? And I know probably John or um, Joey or maybe even Beth. I don't know. Someone will jump in and say, "Hey, we'll do the show for you tonight." So, um, and we've done it before. John's done the show before. He's done an amazing job. Joey's co-hosted with me before. We had a really good talk on conspiracy theories. We've done it before with a bunch of the team. So I know it can work out. So I apologize for that, and I will do better. I promise. So, and if I don't, Beth will get me. I promise you she will. She lays in wait, just waiting for me to slip up so she can attack. I always talk about how great Beth is, but then I talk about how scary she is. And it's like people are saying, well, you said she was really great, but then you said that you're afraid of her. You know? Bottom line is she is amazing. Too funny. I'm just glad she's laughing. Anyway, it's like saying a joke about Tyson. He's sitting behind you. You're like, is he laughing? Is he laughing? And she said too funny and put LOL, so I think I'm okay. Anyway, let's get right into it. I know we've been here like 35 daggum minutes, like more than half of my show is gone. Because y'all know I like to try to keep it around an hour. That doesn't always work though. I'm drinking less Coke. Sweet tea. See? It's sweet tea. I'm drinking less Coke. I'm trying to get to start drinking more of this. And y'all just don't know how hard it is. This, to me, like a lot of people see this and they're like, ooh, cool, purified water. Can I have some? I look at it and I'm like, ooh, look, someone peed in a bottle. Ugh, it's disgusting. It really is. It's disgusting. This could be urine or kerosene, and it wouldn't make any more difference to me than it is that it's water. But I'm trying. Here, I'll drink some. I am doing my best. Oh, man. I need to get some of that flavor stuff to put in there. But I actually got sick when I stopped drinking Diet Coke last month. You can if you, because it's an addiction, and it can make you very sick. I haven't stopped drinking Diet Coke. I'm not going to lie to y'all and say I've stopped drinking Diet Coke. That's still what I drink mostly, but I do try to drink less. I'm trying to wean myself off of it because they're fixing to stop making it. That's my biggest thing, and it's being replaced by Coke Zero, which tastes worse than the water. It's really bad. But anyway, y'all keep me in your prayers on that too, because it's going to be hard. But I kind of want to stick around. Before I was like, I don't really care. If it's Johnny's dead day, then it will be Johnny's dead day. I'll die. I don't care. But I kind of want to hang around now. I don't know. I just Cappy and my daughter, my youngest daughter. I just kind of want to, and the other kids too. But I just want to see stuff that's going to happen. I just kind of want to hang around. But when I do die, I'm still going to be here because I'm coming back to haunt a lot of y'all. I got a list. And you are on. You know who I'm talking about. You're on that list. I hope you know that. I'm going to haunt the shit out of you. You just don't know. Supposedly put something in it as a mood booster. Yeah. They also put an additive in there that makes your mouth dry, so you'll drink more. That's really true. Coca-Cola does that with all of its brands. They put an additive in there that actually entices mouth dryness, which I think is kind of crappy of them to do, but they do it anyway. But anyway, so let's get started. Unless I get distracted again. Ooh, look, a squirrel. But we said we was going to start talking about demons and how to handle them, how to recognize them. And I was pondering on how to start this series, on how to kind of hit the ground running with it. I thought about, well, let's talk about what demons are. We've done that before. We've talked about demons on here before. Let's talk about what they are, where they came from, what they do, what their not only their MO, but their reason for existence, and their job title and job SOPs and all that good stuff. And that's what I want to do. I want to get into that. But I decided that the best thing to probably do would be to talk about what can happen first, because I think that's the most important when it comes to talking about the demons on the paranormal field, because I think before you go into something, you need to know what you're going into. what the possibilities are of what you're going into before you actually walk into it. So that's what I want to do. I want to talk a little bit about what can happen. Um, uh, and this is going to be a mixture of personal experience and studies. Um, and we will give references. I'll give information, sources, and all of that throughout this, because that's what I want you guys to do, is to follow it. I mean, I remember 2 weeks ago I said, you guys get into studying it, look into the demonology and what it is and what it ensues and all that stuff, so that you can ask questions. Did anybody do that? Did anybody do their homework? Anybody? Anybody? Anyone out there? Anybody do the homework? No, you didn't. No, no. Bueller, Bueller, Bowen. No, nobody. Okay, all right. You all have detention. John says he did. Me. I already knew John did. But yeah, so that's why I wanted you to do that. Throw them questions out, get them out, get them going. I was sick. I know you were, Bethy. You're excused. You're excused, Bethy. Y'all, why do y'all text me whenever I'm doing the show? And then people, and some people actually get mad at me if they text me while I'm doing a show, and if I don't text them back. They really do. I've had people get actually offended. I definitely intended to. I was locking up the store. Be careful. I hate that area that you work in, John. It scares the hell out of me. What are sore signs of that's supposed to be some signs of a demonic haunting? All right, we'll get to that. Absolutely. What I want to do is I want to let's talk about some of the stuff that can happen. Well, we can start with that. Seeing how you asked that, we can definitely start with that. The biggest sign that is going to make me think demonic, right off the bat. Beth talks to a potential client or a new client, and gives a report. She'll usually call me up after talking to them and then say, tell me some of the things that are going on. Um, um, Tell me some of the things that the client is experiencing and stuff like that. And some of the things that pop in my head when I say, okay, demonic is a definite possibility here. We had one not long ago that after talking to them, the first thing I did was I went to the team and I said, you guys have got a choice on whether you go on this one or not. There's a big possibility that I'll call it when we get there and you guys won't be in there. So that does happen. I don't think that turned out to be what we thought it was going to, or what I thought it was going to be, which is a good thing. But the jury's still out on that. We're still working on that case. But let's think about, it all goes back to ability, right? It all goes back to the number one thing is ability, what they can and cannot do, what an entity can and cannot do. And we've talked about that many, many, many times. When we die, we don't develop any special skills or powers or supernatural abilities or anything like that. We just lose the suit. We're now an energy force, a soul, an inner spirit, whatever you want to call it, a dimension walker, whatever. We are not automatically Superman, okay? Or we don't automatically get massive strength and stuff like that. As a matter of fact, we lose a lot of strength when we die, because now instead of that bone and muscle to help you out, you also, right now, we need three things to be able to manipulate things. We need manipulation, control, muscle, and bone, right? And appendages, I guess. But that's just the three ingredients that we need to be able to use our appendages. Um, so we lose everything but the energy when we die. So now instead of just picking up this pencil, if I reach over and I pick up this pencil, and I'm doing that with the appendages by using my muscles, my um, control, which comes from the mind, and my bones, manipulating them into a uh, ability to grasp something using the muscles and the tendons and all that. If I'm dead and I don't have this body anymore, so I lose the muscle and I lose the bone, now all I have is the energy. So I've got to figure out a way to use that energy to move that object other than, physical abilities to move that object. And of course, the heavier the object gets, this is pretty heavy. When the heavier it gets, the more energy I've got to have. And it just keeps going and going and going. And just like right now, I might not have the ability to pick up this lamp because it's so heavy. It really is heavy. That's heavier than it looks. But I can't put it down. But I need more energy to pick that up than I needed to pick this up, right? And I needed more muscle and control and ability and all that. I needed more of that to be able to pick up that lamp, which is a lot heavier than it looks, by the way. I don't know why it's so heavy. I think the base of it is solid. Yeah, but it's all metal. But I need more energy to do that. And so whenever I pass, the only thing I've still got left is that energy. Can I pick that lamp up with using just energy? Absolutely, I can, but it's going to take a bunch of energy to do that. Can I pick this chair behind me up using that energy? Absolutely, I can, but it's going to take a lot of energy to do that. A good rule of thumb is whatever I can't do whenever I'm alive, I usually can't do when I'm dead too. Like I can't pick the refrigerator up and throw it across the room. I can't pick a sleeper sofa up and throw it across the room. So looking for those abilities and the things that we know from experience, not just knowledge, but and training, but from experience mostly, of the things that we know an entity can do and has done. We've seen it happen. The abilities don't change. As a matter of fact, they lessen quite a bit. Don't become impossible just because we don't have bones and muscles and tendons and ability or control or anything like that. Doesn't have manipulation, control. It doesn't have any. Just because we lost all that doesn't make it impossible to do these things. It just makes it harder. So think about the stuff that we can't do right now in skin being harder to do when we're not in skin. And so the first thing that's going to pop in my mind is whenever they say, yeah, the refrigerator comes like 3 feet off the floor and slammed over against and broke our cabinet where our sink is. And all the food and stuff just came pouring out, and it was a huge mess, and it was crazy. And I'm going to start thinking, okay, maybe we're looking at something a little more. Could an entity do that? Absolutely, it could. Absolutely, it could. But the amount of energy would be next to impossible. That'd be like saying, can a 6-month-old baby beat up Hulk Hogan? I guess in some sense that it could, but I don't see it happening. I guess if he laid down and just let the baby go at it, yeah. But yeah, you don't see that happening. So it's abilities that go above and beyond what we normally would be able to do. So that's one of the things I'm going to look for. Some of the things a lot of people don't know about that I'm going to look for is the physical mimicking. Or like if someone says, I looked down the hallway and I saw my husband come into the bedroom and I heard the door open and I looked up to say, hey, honey, I love you or whatever. And no one was there. And I looked down the hallway and he didn't turn around and go in the opposite direction. He didn't stop in the bathroom. And then all of a sudden I heard a car door and I looked outside and he was just getting home. So I'm going to start thinking, uh, personal or physical manipulation or imitation. And hey, Katie, welcome aboard. She hadn't been here in a while. But that's some of the stuff I'm going to look for is mimicking. Now, can a regular entity mimic a physical person? Absolutely, they can. I mean, but once again, the energy that would take, you're usually going to be dealing with a multitude of entities if that's what's going on. Let's see, what is another question on here? Blah blah blah. What are signs of demonic possession? What is the difference between the two? Demonic haunting means the presence of a demonic spirit. Demonic possession means a physical presence of a demonic spirit, or a biological presence, if you will. So are human spirits like batteries? Yeah, pretty much they are. Demonics are too, but they're rechargeable. They have an unlimited supply. But yeah, exactly. In a nutshell, human spirits are like batteries. They've got to recharge. They've got to have that energy to be able to manipulate stuff, to be able to pull off whatever it is they're trying to do, to communicate with us, to affect everything that they have to do. They have to have that energy. What are the signs of demonic possession? What are the signs of demonic possession? You know from the past, and I know John already knows this, is I'm not real keen on demonic possessions. Can they happen? Absolutely, they can. I'd be calling Jesus Christ a liar if I said they couldn't, wouldn't I? Because legions spoke to him through a person. And then he threw them out into the pigs. They said, let's go into those pigs. Don't just throw us out. Don't send us back to hell. We don't want to go there. Put us in the pigs. So they put them in the pigs, and the pigs said, screw this, and they all committed suicide. So can a demonic possess a person? Yes, it can, but it's not as much. That is not as common and uh, uh, as widespread as the movies make it out to be, or some books make it out to do, or even some paranormal studies make it out to be. Demonic possession is not something that happens all the time. Yes, it can happen. There's been countless cases of it, so you can't really just rule it completely out. I have seen what I believed was a demonic possession, a young girl. I will say that and this was in a church. I will say that those things that I saw the young girl do and say and how she said them, I would say that she did not have that ability to do that by herself, to make a show or whatever. But even then, that's not 100. So, but yeah, demonic possession is different from a demonic haunting. By the demonic haunting is the presence of a demonic entity, and the demonic possession is the physical presence of a demonic entity. Right? So let's look at some of the things that we want to see that can happen. Let's talk about the first big one, which I think is probably the biggest thing that we need to talk about, that you need to know about before you go into this situation, is physical harm. A demon doesn't know conscience. A demon doesn't know how to be apologetic or sorry or caring, or in a nutshell, it doesn't know how to feel bad for its actions. They don't possess that ability. A demon's never going to do something to a child and then think back and say, man, that was harsh. I really shouldn't have done that. That just, ouch. Why did that? I'm such an ass. Why did I do that? That's not going to happen. They don't have that ability. A demon's always going to be about the disruption, and sometimes even the destruction of those that it is affecting. Um, so physical harm is not unheard of. Um, they're not going to say, "Oh, I can take that coffee pot and throw it across the room and hit him in the head with it." And they're not going to say, "Oh, nah, he might bleed out if I do that, though. The head bleeds pretty hard. I don't know if I should do that." Doesn't it doesn't happen. They're just going to do it. They're not going to think twice about taking a picture off the wall and slamming you in the face with it and you falling down and slicing your chin open to where you can see the bone. They don't care. They're just going to do it. I'm not saying that was a demon, but I still think it was. But it was pretty damn dark, whatever it was. But physical harm is a definite. They will bruise, they will scratch, they will pinch, they will push, they will manipulate objects to hurt you, like picture frames, um, or knives, or candles. Dear God, candles. Um, a candle still burns after the flame goes out. By the way, I don't know if y'all know that or not. Still pretty damn hot. Hurts. Um, Yeah, I've seen the people where they take their fingers and they wet them and they put the candles out. You've seen that? They're like, you hear it go, I can't do that. I don't know. It might not hurt if I wet my fingers and do it, but I've been burned by a candle before and it hurts a lot. So I just can't bring myself to do that. But it's physical harm is a definite yes in a demonic possession. Um, they usually build themselves up to that. Um, they are really bad about seeing what they can get away with and seeing, not just to see, how much you'll let it happen, but to see how much you'll take before you break. Um, that's all they're doing. They're not seeing how strong you are, how brave you are, how stupid you are, how crazy you are. They're doing it because they want to see what it's going to take to get rid of you, or what it's going to take to break you, or what it's going to take to you to lose your mind, or whatever, or what it's going to take to make you do what they want you to do, and take an axe to the family or whatever. That's they're going to build themselves up to that. Um, I have heard reports, and I'd say more of a hypothesis that a spirit or demonic spirit um, has to build itself up. They have to gain energy, and if that's 100% false. I do not believe that one little bit. I think they come in with everything they need, and they're going to keep everything they need until they leave, or they don't leave, whatever the case may be. Um, so physical harm is a definite yes on this. If it hasn't already happened to a client that you may have, it's going to. It's going to build up to that, or it's going to explode into that. Um, and mental manipulation, um, mental abuse. I think we've talked about this before too. I think everybody out there has got something in their mind, in their past, or in their present, that they just don't want people to know. That they don't want to. They wouldn't want to see it on the front page of the paper. Those perpetual skeletons in your closet kind of thing. Going into a demonic situation, you have to know that that is probably going to come out. That is probably going to be let known to people, um, in a many different ways, whether it be you saying it yourself, or someone else saying something, like Fred really loves to wear ladies' underwear, or something like that, or or Susie robbed a liquor store when she was 18. I mean, just it's they will manipulate that. I have heard Christians that say that demons cannot read your mind, um, and cannot tell the future or the past or any of that stuff like that. That is complete crock of bull. They 100% can. Um, There's no limits. They didn't come with limits. The only limits that the demons came with is their inability to disobey God. Um, and you. We were given power over them. And we're going to talk about that when we get to the weapons part. One of our best weapons against a demonic spirit is our faith, is our ability, what was given to us as a gift, our sword, if you will, to be able to use that. So we have physical, we have mental. Um, and the next one kind of falls into the mental a little bit, but it's a different kind of mental. It is a sucker of I'm sorry. That was weird. It is a sucker of ability, personal ability, not really ability, but of personal faith. Personal, not faith in what you can do as far as in the name of God or whatever, but of your own personal faith, of what you believe you are capable of. It's a sucker of courage, um, of personal faith. I mean, in a nutshell, that's what it is. It's a sucker. That ability can be taken away from you in that situation. Did someone say? I'm sorry. Give me a second. Wow, that's strange. Anyway, the ability to have that faith in yourself, that can be taken away from you. I've had situations to where um, I've been convinced that I couldn't do something, that convinced that I wasn't good enough. Um, that's a big thing, guys. It really is. To go from having the faith to feeling like there is no faith, to having an ability of courage, or the faith that even if you don't have the courage, even if you are scared, there's still that ability there because it's a God given right. It's a God given gift that you still have that ability to carry on, to do with what you need to do, to complete this investigation, complete this job, to help this family, to free this client. And to have that taken from you in a second, I mean, just just a flash, it's gone. And the only thing that is in your mind at that point is you're thinking to yourself, dear God, I'm not worthy even to be here. I have no ability against this. And to go from where you were to that is probably one of the most disheartening and self uh, judgment of abilities in a negative way. Um, and it's just, I want to say mind blowing, but it's not, it's mind numbing. Um, and you're in that situation to where you feel like that you can't help the people that you're trying to help. Um, there is a combatant against that, just like there is with everything when you're dealing with the demonics. And we're definitely going to go into that when we talk about the tools, physical and material tools that we can use in a demonic, um, whether it be incantations or uh, spiritual tools or personal abilities, personal faith. That's the biggest thing. Um, your coffin nails and graveyard dirt. I mean, God, you can't go into anything without those. I am so kidding. I hope y'all know that. But I'm so sorry, y'all. I just got thrown way off. I had a, I don't know what that was. That was just freaking me out. But yeah, I was pretty crazy. But it's just completely drove me off my game. But oh, Johnny think he got game. You know he ain't got no damn game. He come on, get up there. There you go. Um, and so the physical harm, physical abilities of the entity, what they can and can't do, debilitating. Thank you. That's exactly what I was looking for. Thank you, John. Debilitating. I'm sorry, I was having trouble getting over that. But yeah, debilitating, very debilitating, and not just debilitating, but embarrassingly debilitating. Because when you're in that situation, debilitating hopelessness. Yes, when you're in that situation, not only do you feel that debilitating and that hopelessness and that inability to complete your task or to save your client or to help your team or save or protect your team or whatever, you don't only feel that, but you think that that is the first thing that popped in my mind was is that it's being portrayed. And that to me was more debilitating than any of the other thoughts, is because not only, I mean, it's one thing to go into a situation um, and be scared, but then to show that. Perfect example, um, riding patrol in a really bad part of Selma, Alabama one night. Really, really bad part of Selma. Um, get a call for shots fired. Someone had shot into a bedroom where kids were at. And it turned out it wasn't a gunshots into the bedroom, it was rocks. They were actually throwing rocks through the through the windows of this house and hit a couple of little girls that was in a bed. And so we get there, we was given a description. We found the people, the two people that were doing what they weren't supposed to do. They were armed, but they didn't shoot into the house. They threw rocks into the house. The people in the house thought they had been people were shooting at them, but they wasn't. But they did have weapons. They had handguns. When we saw them run, we saw both of them have handguns. One of them had the handgun in his hand as he was running, and the other one had it behind his back, stuffed in the back of his pants. And we were chasing them in a vehicle. We came to a part to where it stopped, and we couldn't go any further because there was these concrete poles that had blocked this what used to be a flight line access road when it was an Air Force base. But it blocked it, so you couldn't go in there anymore because now instead of it being an Air Force base, it was an industrial park, and so they blocked it off from the housing part. And so I bailed out of the car. My partner got took off and went around so he could get on the other side of them. I bailed out and went through there. Um, it came to a point of me chasing when I was chasing these two individuals. It came to a point to where I had to go through a couple of yards and then through a breezeway which led into a driveway, a covered driveway where it had two cars. And so I'm coming through the breezeway, and as I walk, it hits me. There's so many different places someone could be right now with a gun in their hand, and it was killing me. I was scared out of my mind. Um, I'm not going to lie to you. I was shaking. I was so scared. I was like, I'm going to die tonight. These guys are going to jump out and shoot me. And to me, that was it was a hopelessness kind of feeling because I was like, I'm not supposed to feel this. You know, law enforcement don't feel this, but they do. If they're normal, they really do. The people that are good cops do feel that fear. If you don't feel that fear, you're not a good cop and you need to get out of it quick. But you do feel that fear. And that showed, at least to one person that meant the most to me of how they felt about me. And that really crushed me that night. And then we had a long talk, and he said, don't you ever be afraid to let me know that you are afraid, ever. Because if you're not, he's the one that said it first. He said, if you're not, then you need to get the hell out of this and don't do it anymore. But that's the kind of feeling that I had whenever I felt that hopelessness, is because, hi, Letha, is it Letha? Lethal? Lethal Morticia. Lethal Morticia. Hey, I seem to be a bit late to the live. Those poor girls, they were fine. They had one of them had a little cut by her temple, but she was fine. They were both just scared, big time scared. But side note, their father met us when we first got there. He had a shotgun strapped to his back and a machete in his hand, and said, "Y'all better find him before I do." And we didn't make him go back inside either. We said, "Yeah, go." It would have been great if he found them. They were both arrested without incident. No one got shot, but they did go to jail. But anyway, the whole point of that is how I felt. Not only did I feel insufficient and scared, but I felt that everyone knew that. And to me, the fact that everyone knew that I wasn't what I should have, what I thought I was supposed to be, was more debilitating of hopelessness, like John said, than anything else, of anything else I was feeling. Same thing in that situation. The fear that I felt and the inability that I thought that I had to cope and to handle the situation, to me, was being portrayed to everybody around me. And later on, talking and decompressing from that incident, I found out that no one ever felt that way. No one ever even thought that. Um, but it doesn't matter. I was unable to do what I needed to do because of that situation. So, physical, mental inability, or hopelessness, I think that's the best way to describe that situation. And the number four thing, I saved this for last, um, because it's a twofer, pretty much. It's an attempt to give you hopelessness, but it's also an attempt to give someone else hopelessness too. Um, but it's let's say that I go into a situation and it turns out to be demonic, and it would be really hard for this to happen in real life because of the way I handle this situation. But let's just say I don't handle it the way I do. Let's just say y'all come on, let's fight this together, get over it. My team will tell you that is not the truth. If I feel that this is demonic, or if there was any chance of them being in any type of physical danger or mental danger, they get out. They leave. Um, I used to say they have to leave the situation, but most of my team tells me we're not leaving the situation. We will leave you inside to deal with whatever it is you got to deal with, but we're not leaving you. So, especially John. John says you're gonna play hell getting me out of the house, much less getting me to leave. But anyway, um, let's say I'm in this situation, and that entity, that dark entity or that demonic entity, has manipulated me in every way he can think of, but now he can't do anything. Nothing's worked. Johnny's badass. This is so not true. This is so just a situational, hypothetical situational thing. Um, because I do get scared sometimes. I get sad. I get happy. I mean everything. I still have the emotions that come with this job. I still do, and I hope I never stop. Because I think if you do, it's time to get out. Just like you lose that fear or that heart in law enforcement, you need to get the hell out. Anytime you're putting yourself in harm's way to save someone else, whether it be paranormal, legal, medical, whatever, um, firefighter, whatever, then if you ever lose that ability to care, that ability to have emotion, then you need to get out of it. Um, and that would be the one thing that would get me out of paranormal investigations, is if I lost that ability to care. Um, but let's say I've done everything to me and nothing's helped. I'm still going at it. I'm still saying, looking it dead in the eye, and I'm saying, bring it, and whatever. Well, remember, they're going to use everything at their disposal. If they've thrown everything at you and they can't do anything to you, the number four thing comes in, and that's always going to be those around you, whether it be your client, your team member, your child. Um, that's happened before too, unfortunately. They're going to use anything that they can to win that situation, to get you the hell out of there because you're messing up their plan. They're there to take this family and rip it apart, and you're there to stop them. And they're going to go through you. If you say, hey, you got to go through me to get to this family, the demon's going to say, no problem, going right through you. Here I come. So let's say they've said that and they've done everything. So now, remember I said this was a twofer. Now they're going to use the fact that they can start harming those around me. See what I'm saying? They're going to start harming them. Um, and the reason I say it's a twofer is because, one, they're going to make me feel that. Excuse me. They're going to make me feel that I can't protect them, that I don't have the ability to take them. And I know we're going over, I'm sorry, but I don't have the ability to take them, to take my team or my clients or whoever. I don't have the ability to help them, to protect them, to guard against them being harmed. And that's going to affect, excuse me mentally, and it's going to affect them as well, because they're no longer going to see um, their leader or their protector, if you will, um, as a form of protection. So now it's playing with my mind through a physical effect and playing with their mind through a physical effect as well. So to me, that's one of the worst situations to be in. That's one of the reasons, not the biggest reason. The biggest reason is because of the harm that can come, physical and mental harm that can come to my team, is the reason why I clear a house. But another reason is because I don't want them to go through that. I don't want them to be used as a tool against me. See what I'm saying? If they're used as a tool against me to put me down or to verbally bash me or something like that, okay, I can deal with that. I got big shoulders. I don't care. People say crap about me all the time. All the time. I don't care. And some stuff's pretty bad too. So some of y'all haters, y'all pretty damn bad. I ain't lying. I've lost friends because of people running that mouth. But I don't care. I always say if the friend doesn't come to you for it, then they weren't worth having in the first place. So I don't care. But the I got big shoulders. I don't care. They can just run that mouth, do what they got to do. I know it's not them. That's not a problem. But it's them losing that faith in me. That John says, I'll tell you to your face. He sure will too. Beth will too. My whole team will. I hope they will. I know they will. But the it's not them. It's not me being scared of what they think about me. It's me being scared about what they think I'm not capable of. Because if I would never want anyone on my team, clients either and guests either, but my team especially, because that's my family. That's who I depend on. That's anybody that's on right now that's on our team, or anybody you can call tomorrow. You can ask them, are y'all just an investigation team? Every single one of them will be very, very fast to tell you no. That would be the first thing out of their minds. No, hell no, we're not just an investigation team. We are a investigation family. And to me, the greatest harm that you could do to me, or that a demonic could do to me, was to be able to take that faith away. See what I'm saying? To take that faith from my team that they have in me and just take it away. Anything else said about me, I don't care. Like I said, people say stuff about me all the time. That's happened ever since my wife died. I can handle that. Ignorance don't bother me a bit. you know. But it's if I lost the faith that I have in my team, not me having in them, but them having in me, that would destroy me. And that's one of the things that could happen as well. Physical harm, mental harm, um, personal faith, and the twofer, the hurting those around you. And that's not only physically, but mentally. So those are some of it's pretty scary crap, it's not something you want to just jump into and go and do, I mean, I don't think I've ever heard, including myself, anyone say, I got in this so I can deal with demons. Demons is a necessary evil. If you do this for long enough, you're gonna experience that. I mean, it's there. It does exist. All religions say it exists. I mean, there's always evil. I mean, no matter what it is, if you have good, you have evil. And Christianity is the biggest religion when it comes to that too. And Jesus himself said, I give you this power. He left the Holy Spirit here for us, not just for our communication with them, but also for us to have that defense. It's our faith is what gives us the defense against that. So, excuse me. Next week, I want to talk about some of the combatants that we have, some of the tools that we have, some of the abilities that we do have, not only on ourselves, but through spiritual faith as well. Um, some of the weapons, if you will, that we have against this stuff that can happen. Again, I know you ain't going to do it. I know you ain't. Probably John will. But again, please look up demonology, kind of get into it when you can. If you got some leisure time, instead of reading that book or watching that TV show or whatever, just delve into demonology so you can have some good questions next week. And I know you'll come up with some questions. I still come up with questions. I have people that I call, and I come up with questions all the time, especially whenever I start getting into stuff like demonology and a couple other things. I get that. Oh, I didn't really think about that, or I didn't realize that, and I want to call somebody and ask them. And I do. I do. I call ministers. I call fellow paranormalists, or I'll look it up in a book. Um, I have a couple of books that are reference guides for me. Um, just got two really awesome books on investigating too, by the way, that answered a couple of my questions. So that's nothing wrong with that. Get into it. Knowledge is a weapon. I plan to be well armed. Amen. There you go, brother. That is awesome, John. Um, get into it. Um, really study it. I mean, I think even if you're not a paranormalist, even if you're not a parapsychologist, even if you're not an investigator, it, knowing about religion and knowing about demons and the good and the bad, the yin and the yang, is your responsibility. I mean, that's your weapons. Knowledge, just like John says, knowledge is a weapon. And if you don't have that knowledge, then you don't need to be in that battle because you're going to lose it. I promise you. So we're going to talk about next week some of our basic tools and some of our um, nuclear weapons that we have when it comes to demonology and dealing with that. And then we're also going to tie into some of the um, to talk about those abilities and those weapons. We also have to talk about the abilities of the demons too. So we're going to talk about getting into a little bit about their origin and their abilities and what we can do to combat that. All right, I think it's going to be an awesome series. I really do. I'm really looking forward to it. I want to thank you guys so much. I know we went kind of way over tonight. I apologize for that for anybody that's been trying to go to bed, and to the people that's already went to bed. But I really appreciate you guys being here. Looking forward to coming back next. I will be here next Sunday. I promise you. If I'm not here next Sunday, somebody else hopefully will be. Remember, next Saturday night, CPM. Yes, thank you, John. Remember, next Saturday, instead of worried about Sunday, worry about next Saturday, 6 p.m. Chubb Fathers in Alabaster. Chubb Fathers Hamburgers in Alabaster, Alabama. We will be there from 6 p.m. until they kick us out. Come, it's the meet and greet. Get to meet the team. You get to see somebody besides my ugly self. You get to see other people that's on the team, like John and Beth. Y'all, they're just as beautiful outside as they are on the inside. Um, um, they're amazing people. You definitely want to meet them in person and to love on them. I promise you, you will. So definitely come out to Chubb Fathers next Saturday. It's March 11th. We'll be there at 6 p.m. It is, let me make sure. It is 1207 First Street North, Alabaster, Alabama, 35007. That's 1207 First Street North, Alabaster, Alabama, 35007. Um, You want any other information about it, like on directions, or you forgot the time or anything like that? Email John. That's jbowen, jbowen .capi@gmail.com, jbowen.capi@gmail.com. Or you can email me, jrushing, .capi@gmail.com. That's JRUSHING .capi@gmail.com. Email us. We'll tell you everything about it. Don't miss out on this. It's going to be a lot of fun. It really is. I've been looking forward to this for months, and we're going to have a blast there. We're going to have a lot of people there, and we're going to have a really, really, really fun time. So you guys definitely be there. Come hungry. Come really to fellowship and have a lot of fun. All right. See you guys next Sunday. I love you guys so much. Thank you, John, for popping that up there. I love you guys so much. I would do this if it was just one, but I love doing it for everybody. We will see you guys next Sunday, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. I want you guys to do me a huge favor sometime this week. I don't care if it's a friend, family member, or someone you meet on the street. Make at least one person smile, because that's exactly what we need the most of right now. It's a lot more smiles. I love every single one of you guys. Y'all have a paranormal week. See you next time. Good night.